Hello and welcome to another Keeper Lockdown talk here at Paignton Zoo. My name is Tom and you join us today in Crocodile Swamp. So myself and my glamorous assistant Andy is going to go around, we're going to feed all the crocodiles and we're going to tell you a couple of facts about them. So our first crocodile here today is Spice. So Spice is our adult female Cuban crocodile. So Spice came to us from London Aquarium and she is 12 years old, so she's still a young crocodile. So Cuban crocodiles are listed critically endangered by the IUCN and there's believed to be less than 2,500 individuals in the wild. And they're only now found in one isolated area in Cuba, which is Zapata Swamp. So one of the main issues and one of the main problems facing these guys naturally in the wild is hybridization with the American crocodile. So what they'll do is the American crocodiles encroach onto this Zapata Swamp where we just find Cuban crocodiles, and they'll actually mate. And what we'll get is a hybrid, so we'll get a mixture of the two, which isn't what we want. So it's really important from a zoo perspective that we keep purebred Cuban crocodiles in captivity. We create a stud book to ensure that these are purebred. So if the numbers do dwindle in the wild and they get to a point where we need to step in to help recover them, we have a purebred Cuban crocodile population in the zoo. So Spice is really important for us today. Spice is fully grown, is a fully grown Cuban crocodile, and she has these incredibly long back legs. So Cuban crocodiles are famous for this infamous really high walk. So as they walk across the land, they stand up really high off the floor, which is quite unusual for crocodiles, and they can also gallop. So what they can do is they can lift all four legs off the floor as they run, reaching incredible speeds. Also known due to be more of a terrestrial crocodile, they're actually incredibly good at jumping on land. The long legs again help them propel upwards, so they can catch birds, small rodents, small mammals on land as well as in the water. So here we are in the middle of Crocodile Swamp and we are with our two male Sundagarials. So we have Gharial here, who is the larger individual, is the more mature individual, the much more bolsterous one, and then we have Sibao, who is slightly smaller. So again, same species as Lemur, who is next door, so these are male companions as such for Lemur. They have an awful lot of growing to do before they're up to breeding size. So when male Sundagarials get up to breeding size, they actually can be one of the largest crocodile species we have. The skull of a large male Tomistoma is actually the longest skull ever recorded for a crocodile species. So again, incredibly powerful, incredibly large individuals when they're older. I certainly can't wait to see him at full size. So Gharial and Sibao are both 10 years old, and they both came to us from Spain, part of the breeding program. So the plan was in future to hopefully breed these with Lemur, and I really hope that we get to that goal, and I look forward to seeing baby Gharials in the future. So here we are now with Lemur, who is our adult female Sundagari. So Sundagari are native to Peninsular Malaysia, Sumatra, Java, Borneo, and they're listed as vulnerable by the IUCN. One of the main characteristics of Sundagari is the long Pinocchio fin-like snout. So the idea behind, the reason behind this long thin snout is to help them mainly catch fish. So it reduces the drag in the water. It means they can sit there for long periods of time with their mouth open, and when they need to swipe right or left to catch a fish, they have less drag, so it makes it quicker and they have more success rate. So that's why they have this Pinocchio look. So one of the main threats to Lemur and our wild counterparts is habitat destruction. So they're extremely shy, timid species, and the more as people encroach on their waterways and where they live, is the more they try to retreat from it and the more they become in conflict. So Lemur today is getting a few strips of horse meat. So we try to feed our crocodiles a real varied diet. So they will get varies of horse meat, chickens, quails, rats, fish, large fish, small fish, and as well as some of the Cuban crocodiles at the top will get stuff like crabs. So we try to give them as much varied diet as possible to replicate what they would naturally feed on in the wild. I'm here with Zilla, our saltwater crocodile, who is currently being fed. So saltwater crocodiles are the largest living reptile, so they can grow up to in excess of 7 meters long, over 1,000 kilograms. They're also one of the largest river-dwelling predator, so a really cool species to display. So they are listed as least concern by the IUCN, and there's believed to be over 200,000 individuals in the wild. Many years ago they were hunted nearly to critically endangered status, purely just for their skin. So they were over-collected, over-farmed, and that put them in increasing danger to be completely wiped out. So what you'll see is Zilla here, hopefully showcasing one of their coolest attributes as such, is if we see, what she'll do is she'll tuck her legs into her sides and she'll use just her tail to propel herself up and out of the water. This helps her catch low-flying birds or any low-flying animals as such out of the rivers. So hopefully she'll try and showcase that for us here. So that was quite a lazy one, but she can get all the way, her head can reach all the way nearly at the top here, which is pretty impressive to see. So Zilla here is 19 years old, so she's still a young crocodile, and she came to us from another collection in the UK. So she's pretty much fully grown for a female saltwater crocodile, but she will continue to sort of just get a bit bulkier in mass. Hello. That made me jump. I don't know why.